It is that time of year again. July the 4th is rapidly approaching. We are just over a month, I believe. What's today? We're at the end of May. So figured I'd go ahead. I had some extra time. I'd go ahead and get the stash video out. Now, the plan was to do this video like last year and do it outside. But unfortunately, we are in a rain period where it has literally just rained every day this week. And I know good and well once I get this set up, it'll rain. Kind of like last year, part two. I tried to sneak that in before or in between rainstorms and failed miserably. But I did get everything in. So what we will do is do it like I used to do it back in the day. When I first started the channel, I did all my stash videos inside. I set everything up. The wall. We got to build the wall. Something to look at. What I'm doing this year though is I'm gonna get all my fusing out of the way early. None of this July 2nd, July 3rd, the morning of July the 4th shit. Rushing trying to get everything done. That sucks. And last year it barely got pulled off. So this year we're gonna try to be ahead of the game. So what we got going on is some of the stuff you'll see in this stash was from last year. I did not get a chance to go through everything last year, as you'll know, or some may know. My partner in crime, he passed away, so I don't have a torch man. And to be honest, I'm not really looking to grab a torch man because just some people don't respect what we're doing, and they end up doing dumb shit. And or they'll light it and then stand right next to it, and it's like, dude, that's a multi-thousand-gram cake. If that thing fails, you're going to the hospital. But it is what it is. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. I like to start small and work my way out. So got to have the Dave's magic tape. You got to, hands down, the best tape in the game. And I got a bunch of it. This time I bought it online, and online it comes 3 rolls to a pack, and pretty much to get the free shipping you got to order 2 to 3 packs. So I've got 9 rolls. Will not be running out of Dave's magic tape this year like last year. When you see some of the demos have the blue tape, I had to revert to painter's tape because I run out of Dave's tape. And my local U-Haul, of course, didn't have any damn tape the morning of the 4th when I shot over there to go get it. So it is what it is. But we got plenty of fuse. My main fuse I use is fast fuse, consumer fast fuse. And that's fast fuse too. If you run out of white fuse, this green fuse is actually almost just as fast. I got plenty of white fuse, quick fuse, hobby fuse. This stuff's really good, man. I mean, it's not obviously it's not black match, but it serves the purpose. It gets it done. Probably got ties. Don't really use them. I actually bought these back in 18, I think. Probably only used about 6. I'm a magic tape man. So we got plenty of fuse. But now, one thing I did do this year that will probably help me out a lot. I hope to be able to do it. Get rid of the tape. Now, I have a Cobra firing system. I typically only use it like if I go to barbecues or something. A lot of times I bring that because it's just easier to run 7 or 8 cakes off of that versus running back and forth, lighting shit and then running. Sometimes you don't even have the room to do all of that, depending on where I'm at. Not shows or anything like that, just lighting off a bunch of shit without needing to bring a torch. So one thing I did have a lot of shitty luck with. Let me see, can I find one? I know I left one out. Cool, I found it. So with a firing system, you have to have some form of initiator, and this is what I've been using with the Cobra. This is a Talon. And so obviously those two get plugged into the module, and then you run your fuse through there. You can kind of see that little bitty wire. That little bitty wire heats up and actually lights the fuse. And for a while there, I had really good luck with these. But the last few times I used these, most of them just failed out. And the wire actually did light, so the initiator was burned out after that. So I don't want to keep dealing with these. I got plenty of them, but I'm gonna go ahead and retire these. And so what I did grab this year, which was different, been wanting to get these for a while, MJG initiators. And I got the 80. I think these are 3 foot or 3 meter. I didn't take one out. And what makes these different is you can put your fuse in there to your cake or your shells or whatever you want, and then just throw a piece of tape on it. Or there's another way you can do it, probably the better way to do it, is to expose this. That's your basically your match head, your E-match. And then where your cake fuse goes into the cake, poke a hole in it with a wooden owl. I use believe it or not, chopsticks. Not chopsticks, kebab sticks. I get some really thick ones from the grocery store, and they work great actually. Because the hole is already there. All you're doing is pulling out the fuse, make the hole a little bit bigger, and then this goes in, throw some tape on it, run the wire up the side of the cake, put a piece of tape across there as a brake so it doesn't get snatched out if something happens to the wire, and then plug this into your module. Unfortunately, the Cobra is at another location where I store stuff. I know it's there because the box, I remember seeing the box, it's got everything in it, or I'd show you, but I mean, shit, you can go look at a video. The only thing I will say for those that maybe just got a Cobra and hadn't actually broke it out yet, is these two wires, I can't just plug these into the Cobra right now. I'm gonna have to reset it and set it up for E-match. So there's a setting for talons and there's a setting for E-match. If I just plug these in, they're liable not to work. So that's cool. We got 80 of them. We'll burn up a few of them just to keep me from having to run back and forth. I can be somewhere I need to be to get the video and then just press the button. Something different. All right, the small stuff. What we got in the smalls? Cool. Like I said, some stuff. This box, I just keep a bunch of randos in. All right, didn't get to this last year, so we definitely want to get to this year. The Chain Smoker by Grand Patriot. And it's 3 minutes long. It's basically a smoke bomb that changes colors and lasts 3 minutes. That's pretty cool. Chain Smoker, of course, that's also me. Tire fire. I lit one of these before. It had a pretty good duration, but it's a thick black smoke, which is actually pretty cool. Just something different. I probably won't get to this. This is the last one, and to be honest, probably not doing much in the way of smoke. Most of this box is daytime stuff. That's the last out of that pack. I think I have 3 or 4 more packs of these. I found a spot that had the whole pack of these, all the different colors, and they were only like $10 or something. So I bought like 5 or 6 packs back then, just something to play with. You know, I'll stand on the front porch, and I don't ain't supposed to hold them in your hand, and then just fire them off out into the street, off the property. And these are pretty cool. These actually have to be the world's smallest damn Roman candle, and it's just a star candle. There's no reports to them, but they're pretty cool. Again, same thing. Just stand it. You know, when you need that fix, just open up the door. It'd be 2 o'clock in the morning with these. They don't make any noise. And then just light it, hold it, and point it out. You know, hit it on an angle. Literally 2 o'clock in the morning. I like these. There's no reports, so it's, you know. And then for the daytime, you know, in the daytime while I'm on the grill or whatever, especially if I free up and get all my fusing done, I like to just randomly throw You know, compliant firecrackers. We got the Thunder of the Dragons by Wild Dragon Fireworks. You don't see that brand too often anymore. There used to be a retailer here that had them, but you just don't see much in the way of Wild Dragon anymore. And that's mostly a whole brick. Actually, this brick came from a gas station in South Carolina. I stopped in to fill up, and they had a table with fireworks. So it was like, shit, I'm not gonna not buy at least something. And it was mainly smalls and shit, nothing good. So I grabbed a brick just for the hell of it. Like, again, like I said, daytime stuff. We got the little ones. And these little fuckers bang, boy. I promise you. You would not want to be holding this in your hand and then try to throw it. That fuse, because some of them get coated. Can't really see it. Some of them, the cracker leaks flash powder out onto the fuse. So if you just happen to say wanted to do like that and light it and toss it, and there's a strong chance one or two of them is going to bite you. Not worth it. Last thing I'm trying to do is hit the emergency room on July the 4th. But these are fun. I got a handful of packs of these still. And I got the black ones too, the Black Beauties, which are the same thing, just a black triangle. And they're also really simple to make. I did not make these. Chinese Wong Fu in China made these. But like I said, they're really cool. I like them. I love them actually. Probably about as loud as a 9mm. Right around 9mm loud. Not something you'd want to spark up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Neighbors ain't gonna think too highly of that. Oh shit. Grocery store pickup right around Easter. And I just grabbed them. Something to play with, you know. Again, 2 o'clock in the morning. They don't make a loud enough boom to do it, or boom, bang to do anything. These are one of my favorite things to play with, day or night. We got several brands. Basically, these are zips. So I love zips. I love that sound. Only thing I wish is you could get them with a report. That would be nice. Give me a zip with a nice, and it doesn't even have to be a banger report, just something nice. Something strong enough to destroy the evidence. But these I like to light and throw in the air. Don't recommend it because they have actually fired right back at me. But once they start spinning, they go whichever way they want. So we got Run, Cool Boys, we got Mosquitoes from Black Scorpion. Same thing, zips. I think I got 4 or 5 packs each. And then I got actual zippers from Supreme. And they all exact same thing. Probably all come out of the same exact factory because they all look the exact same. Now we're getting into some of the louder stuff. Oh, something to play with in the daytime. I'm gonna try to get to these this year. Again, I wish these had reports. But basically it's just a helicopter, you know, your buzz bangs, buzz bombs, except some of these may crackle. I'm not 100% sure. I hadn't watched any demos. They've been out for a few years. But they're smoked, so you want to shoot these in the daytime. And I got several brands. These are from last year, and I never got to them. Smoke copter. So whatever color the wings are, that's the smoke. So you get 2 reds and 2 blues with these, and then those you get the blue, yellow, red, and green. And that's Firehawk. And then this one is like the window one, 4 different colors, and these are from Angry Hornets, 4 daytime use from Brothers. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, when that grill's going and I don't have much to do, I like to throw shit out in the street. Still got a pack of these. These are some of the best bottle rockets I've had. This does everything that a bottle rocket should. Screams, report, crackle, really nice. If you see these anywhere, get them. Of course, you know that brand is always worth grabbing. I probably got like 7 or 8 more packs of these. Some of them I held on to, and as long as we're on the bottle rockets, these would have to be, where the hell's the name of them? Whistling Furies. So you only get 90 instead of the 144 in the gross. And there's a reason for that. These are actually pretty damn, they're big. They're a lot bigger than your normal bottle rocket. And they are actually super loud. So as far as bottle rockets go on the market, you know, a lot of them can be iffy, have real shitty brakes. If you see these, get them. I think I paid $9 or $10 a pack for 90 of them, which that's not bad. But like I said, best bottle rocket. And they're yellow. They're fatter than most bottle rockets, longer than most bottle rockets, and the bang on them is really good. Better than most bottle rockets. And we got 2 packs. 1 pack is definitely getting burned up. Last year I burned up 2 packs, I think, in the daytime, just throwing them around and shit. We got, obviously, there's 3 boxes in there. Definitely something to play with in the daytime. I love my crackers, and these pack a hell of a punch, as do these. These pack an even better punch. I think I got 2 packs on stash that I'm not planning on playing with, and then I don't even know if I'll go into these this year. If I do, you know, a couple. I got plenty of bang. Those I may never see again, probably won't see again, so I want to make sure I hold on to some. They're that good. You already know. Boom, had to get the big ones. These hit like a fucking 12 gauge. Damn sure don't want to damn play with these. Find something to stick them in the ground so that they stick up like that instead of laying them flat. And from 8-9 feet away, you can actually almost feel the little shock wave go by you. And then I got some of these in a bag. They came in bags, and then I got another box of these. So we're good on those. I love my Doritos. Absolutely love my Doritos. Get all this box back up. Shit, I almost forgot. Still got another 2 or 3 packs of these. These were from a couple years ago. Really good. Louder than the fizzy sticks. On par with those. But these have a flare. And again, not something I would want to chance. That happens to go off in your hand. It's not gonna be good at all. And remember when I said triangles are super easy to make? This is one I made. It's got some shit in it. It's got a lot in it actually, because that's pretty fat. And then once I made it, I wrapped it up with painter's tape just to see if making it harder to penetrate, you know, explode, would that increase or decrease the experiment. I made a bunch of them a couple years ago. Hell, I'm surprised this one even survived. And of course we got the bangers. Probably not gonna fool with those. And then we got the these been around for a while actually, but yeah, so you know we're good on well, there actually is one more cracker. Doubt I'll shoot it. Doubt I'll find these again. Boom, horse brand. And unfortunately the wrapping is kind of tearing a little bit. These are probably going to go in the long-term collection, because as you can see, these are not American market firecrackers. Same thing on the other side. And that's horse brand. Always quality shit. I don't know how old these are. I can't find a date on them. But since I have the newer version, probably not. I'd rather hold on to these, stash them, because when are you gonna find shit like, especially down here in Georgia, where are you gonna find that again? Nice. So that's the box of crackers. Damn, there's no jumping jacks in there, and I have jumping jacks somewhere. Not anything special, just what do you call them, repos of the old link triads. No report. But yeah, so that's my daytime box. That'll be out there with me, not next to the grill, but near the grill. And then what fourth is going to be complete without some fountains? Don't have a bunch of those this year, but this one wasn't bad. From Legend, Crack Cocaine. I actually like the name. So I lit one off already. Not bad. I think it was a 2-pack. Not a whole lot of weight, and they're not that tall, but it was decent. It wasn't bad at all. I actually have 6 or 7 of these. May bust one off. I traded with a fellow pyro that actually doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he watches all of our stuff. A friend of a friend reached out, and he had seen that I was fond of these, so he actually gave me one. We did a little trading. But this is probably my favorite fountain on the market. I wish they'd make a longer version, but you're talking 25, 30 feet, and then a very intense crack landing. You catch those anywhere, grab them, or even a rewrap. There's a Pyro Predator rewrap of these. The only 2 rewraps I know of. Still got this from last year. Didn't get around to it. This one's dope from Miracle. Big dog barking at something. And you would actually want to turn that side towards your whoever's watching. If it's your neighbors, your show, or just yourself. Or if you're doing a demo, which I probably will actually. This wasn't much. And like I said, I like different types of stuff, and yeah, it wasn't bad. Let's see what it does. And I think I only have one other thing in the entire stash from Miracle this year. Didn't see much from them, and it's not a bad brand or anything. And then the final fountain, again left over from last year, Freak Show by Major League Pyro, one of my favorite brands. This is obviously I'm assuming a 500 gram. It's don't have a lot of weight, but it's a big fountain, and the videos on it are it's pretty intense. There's the performance. 2 minutes long. Nice. You can kind of see. Cool. Definitely. And so that's the fountains. Probably most excited to shoot that. Probably not going to shoot that. And I definitely want to make time to shoot that. Oh, and then something else for daytime or nighttime. One is definitely daytime. Left over from last year. The American Flyers by Grand Patriot. Little gerandola. You get 4 of them. Goes on the stick. And I believe there actually is a pop to these. So, you know, I like to cover all my categories for the 4th. I like to hit everything. Crackers, rockets, bottle rockets. And now that gerandolas are a thing again. But these are not new. So I don't know if these can still be had. I'm sure there's stores that still have them, but I don't know if these are still coming in. I know these are not those. These are old. So if they were good back then, these should be good. And then the last, this one is definitely daytime. I like my gerandolas. Don't have a whole lot of luck with them at my particular spot. Most of the ones on the channel actually failed. Boom. Definitely do not see these very often. And this is daytime effect. So you wouldn't want to shoot the Tasmanian Devil at night. You can see this is a much bigger one. So what this one does differently is it smokes. Alright, cool. So you can see when you light the fuse, it hits all the engines. So you got an engine and then you got smoke. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 smoke payloads. And then you got your stand. I think I still have my stand from before. And this actually gets some really killer height from the videos I've seen. They only had one where I got this, not inside of Georgia. So yeah, we grabbed it. Something different, you know. I try to cover every category of fireworks for the 4th. So I think that's it on the smalls. We get started on the cakes. So for the cakes, you know, we'll start small, 200 grams. Still got the Pro Pack assortment. This year, what? July 4th's on a Friday, so that pretty much means we got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to shoot. Maybe even Wednesday night. So I'll definitely try to get these up. I love this brand, one of my favorite brands, Pyro King. And This does not have a kick. Yeah, it does. Case date 21. So this has been sitting around for a while. These might actually be really good. Cause I used some Pyro King stuff before Winco took over. It was really good. We got another Buck Hunter Milestone. And they screwed this one up. There's two of something in here that's not supposed to be in here. I think it's the F16. Yeah. So I got two F16s, which are Evil Enemy and shit. What's the other one? Been around forever. But anyway, that's what these are. They're Pyro King's version of them. Oh, wait a minute. No, we don't have two of those. What is it? We got two of. Got Crackling Rainbow, Pyro Alert, Hot, 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 Mastermind, Milestones. So we got two Milestones. That's what we got two of. And those are 12 shots. Wild Stallion, Little Baby Cake, and then another Brocade Bash, which I have 3 more of those left over from a case purchase I bought a couple years back. That's a solid ass cake. It's only 12 shots. I think that's a 12. And then unfortunately, well, fortunately, if you buy the case, you get 8 in the case. So it's real good value. If you're gonna get that, I would suggest getting the I think it's 16 shot. Damn, it's the one with the gorilla on it. That one comes 12. That's a big ass cake. All right. So I guess for starters, had to hit pause. I got chili on the stove and it's got the house smelling really good. I am absolutely starving. I cannot wait to eat. Homemade chili, of course. So 200 grams. I went got a lot this year actually. So being I like to cover everything, for the daytime I got 2 more Smoke Dragons. Price was really good on those, so I grabbed 2 more. And then I still got a Smoke Trails, which I think used to be called Vapor Trails, if I'm not mistaken. But these are daytime smoke cakes. And I got a video coming from 2 of these last year. So last year I did, there's 2 versions of smoke cakes. You got the crackle version, and then you got the boom version. Before those actually started showing up in the pro line, I shot both. So I think it's a 51 shot demo coming soon. I gotta get that uploaded. So what do we got after that? We got, here, we'll start on this side. I got 2 Sagittarius by T-Sky. I was really trying to get brands that I don't see a lot and that I can't really find in Georgia much. And T-Sky is one of those. I like T-Sky. Back in the day when I used to get it, it was really good. I imagine it still is. And that's the performance. And you know, with my 200s, it's always doubles or triples or quadruples. So we got 2 of them. So that's 18 shots. Both of them gonna go off together. Another brand that I was not finding before, but now I just found out from watching the fellow Pyros channel. I can find a lot of Black Scorpion. It's actually raining now. Here in Georgia. So I will be, none of this came, actually pretty much none of my stash came from Georgia. You know, I don't do much shopping in state, but this brand I like. I've had real good luck with them the few times I've had them. I love their pro line stuff, but like I said, I want to feature different stuff. So here's Badass, like the rap. Again, 2 at a time, so that'll be 32 shots. Above it, we got Christmas Eve. I like this cake. I'll probably save these 2 for Christmas. I shot 2 last year for Christmas. Maybe I'll get 2 more and do 4 next year. But it's a 15 shot cake from one of the better brands, Raccoon, which I got a few things from them this year. So definitely one, if you see it, grab it. It's really good. I like it. Christmas Eve. So that'd be a 30 shot. Probably not going to go on the 4th though. And then we got a new one. New to me, I'd never seen it before. Coconut Bomb. And again, I grabbed 2 of them. I don't remember the shot count. 16 shots. It's actually, yeah, it makes sense. There's the performance. Videos look pretty good. So, and I love the brand. So of course we're gonna take a chance on that. And then we still got the 2 breakthroughs. 17 shots. I picked those up last year, just didn't get around to them. I like how they let you know right up front that it's not straight. So I guess you need to, well, I always cut the tops off of mine, so I know which way to turn it when I shoot it. And that's something I would do. Everybody, you should cut the tops off your shit. One, it's less mess, but also you may have something thinking it's firing this way, but it's a V and the V's turn that way, and so it doesn't work, or it didn't go the way you want it to. So I always cut the tops off. Mainly less mess to deal with. Another brand, Sunwing. Don't see this brand a lot down here in Georgia, so I grabbed two, and I like the videos on it. Gold Willows, Tiger King, Karen Baskins. So yeah, the more stuff I can find from Sunwing, I've had real good luck with them. I'll get more and more stuff from them, and I have a few things this year actually. And here's another one, Born on the Bayou, 16 shots. This name has been used by a bunch of brands, and it used to date back to a hard-hitting flash broken cake. I think the hot version was Hales, and then Pyro Predator and 3 or 4 other brands. Kind of like Battle of Colors, everybody borrows that name. Nobody seems to want to copy the actual performance, but you can hit pause or just wait on the video because there's going to be 2 of them. So we got Sagittarius, Coconut Palm, that's all of them on that side. Another brand, Pyro Planet. Don't see this brand a lot. Love the brand actually. Got a demo of one of their other cakes coming up. I gotta upload it. But what's cool about this, I don't see it on this cake, so it must not be. Let's see. Designed for the US. Ah, here you go. Made in Cambodia. So that's not Chinese fireworks. And the other one I shot was really good. That demo's coming soon. Like I said, I gotta get that uploaded. I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't the Falcon one, it was the other one. Mindstorm or something, whatever. But anyway, Pyro Planet, bringing in stuff from Cambodia. Nice. I like how they're trying to go find alternative places, because you know China's got us by the balls when it comes to fireworks. Then we got Log Splitter, really good one. Wimda, great brand. I've seen videos on this. I actually thought it was a 25 shot before, and after I bought them, I'd ordered 4, only got 3. I happened to realize it was only a 16 shot, so I was hoping to make my own 100 shot out of that, but they did only sent me 3, and they credited me, so no big deal. But it is what it is. And then the last pair and the last window item, can't really pull it out. Little baby ass 1-inch Noab. That's pretty cool. Didn't really go. I got one other Noab this year, and it's not a 3-inch, it's a 2-inch. But this compared to even the 2-inch is crazy. Just something different. The video was really good. I think it's crackle on all the brakes. No performance showing. You know how I like to do it too, so I'll have 2 of those going off. Little baby Noab. I couldn't resist. And then we got Black Scorpion again. Hardcore. Video looked really good on this. 19 shot. This is not a molded cake. This I don't list the performance. Here we go. Like I said, the video looked cool. Price was right, so I grabbed it. Probably should have grabbed 2. Like some of these 19 shots will fool you, man. They're really good. And then another 19 shot. Go ahead and just pull it down. Nanotech, machine made. Really, again, another really good video. What's cool about this is it's a molded cake, and haven't really had anything from machine made yet. I don't think there's anything machine made on the channel. And I got one other cake from machine made to drop this year. So like I said, the video looked really good, so I'll give it a try. I like to try out molded cakes. I've Had some really good ones in the past, actually. And then we got 2 Wild Willows. This cake looked really good from the demos I saw. Obviously, it's willows with a splash of color. And so I got 2 of them. It's just a 10 shot, about the size of your Moody Blues or Gold Rush. And it's new, so it's a newer cake. There's a picture of one of the bricks. But Wyndham makes some really badass shit, so I definitely was gonna try that out. And then I think the last of the compliant 200s, I had to get it, man. I love basketball. Kobe Bryant is in my top 5 favorite players of all time. That would be, what would be my order? Jordan, obviously Larry Bird. I gotta put Larry Bird on there. Wilt Chamberlain, and then I guess Dominique, and then Kobe. Top 5. And no, LeBron James is not even in my top 10. Fucking trash. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know what the colors are. Let's see. So it's a lot of different colors. That would have been cool though if they would have just did purple and yellow or purple and gold, you know, for the Lakers. But yeah, that's pretty cool. First time I ever saw this available, so definitely was gonna grab it. I love Window. One of my top brands. And I think that's it for the compliant 200s. Shit, I forgot one of them. Buck Hunter. Bought a case of these a few years back. And these are the last 4, I think, out of that. And then somehow or another, I got one in the Pro Pack, and then I got one in a trade with somebody. So I still have 2 of these left. Solid cake. It's got some weight to it. And I got demos of 1 and 2, I think, up on the channel. This is one. Definitely take a chance on. Buck Hunter and Buck Fever are solid. Definitely don't pass up. And then I still got the Roundup. Probably gonna just hold on to this one. But this one is the new version is Cowboy Up, but you see this is the HP version, and they don't make it anymore, so probably gonna hold on to that one. So that is all of the 200. So that'll actually be a what was that, 48? Oh wait a minute, that's a 12 shot. I was thinking it was a 16 shot. Okay, cool. 48 shot. I'm gonna shoot all 4 together. Cool. Now we'll get on to the 500s and go stir the chili. All right, with the 500s, I try to cover everything from large shot counts to small shot counts. You know, the larger the number, the smaller the tube. The smaller the number, the bigger the tube. So I like to have those 16s, those 12s, those 9s. But then I like to have the 25, 36s, 49s. So a couple of these are left over from last year. We'll just start on the end. This one was left over from last year. Didn't get to it. Actually forgot I even had it. 30 shot medalist. I think it's all a solid effect. All gold strobe, 30 shots. I think it's kind of fast paced. I like the videos. That's why I got it. I actually should have bought another one, because because it's all one single effect, no crackle. That would be cool shot in multiples, like a whole case of them, which would be what, 120 shots. And then here's a new one. There are videos, so, but I never seen this before. I didn't even know what it was until I saw it available, and I was like, well shit, let me go look up the video. And it's 48 shots primo. It's kind of light, so yeah, I don't expect it to be anything loaded. But still, something new. Brothers primo. Again, that's another one I should have grabbed 2 of. But there's a lot of different effects in that cake, so maybe not. One will probably work. But I will, at some point, probably grab a case of those. Again, T-Sky pinup. I love the artwork. Probably gonna save a piece of that. 42 shots pinup. Videos look really good. I can't remember what it does, but I know I watched the video 3 or 4 times before I bought it. Price was good, so fuck it. Like I said, I want to get different brands. And then boom, Sky Art, 35 shots. Another one, I think it's a fast-paced. Video looked good, so I was like, cool, I'll grab it. I wanted to get as much T-Sky stuff as I could get my hands on. I think I bought almost one of everything they had at the time. And boom, Wild Sturgis. So I got a video of 1 coming up. Last year I wired up 2, and this is actually one of them. No, wait a minute, this is one of them. because the wrapper is already cut off at the top. And for whatever reason, the fuse failed on this one. So the demo that'll come out will be the one, and then these two will go together this year for sure. It's a good cake. I like Legend has some good stuff. Price was really good, 4-1, 16 shots. So you know it's 16 shots, decent break to it. And then again, Legend, kind of different brand, although you can actually find Legend around here, or usually could. Leftover from last year, 30 shot Russian roulette, Major League Pyro, one of my favorite brands. And all my Major League Pyro stuff and Grand Patriot stuff is old stock. So if it was good then, it's good now. Again, like the artwork on that video looked really good. Major League Pyro, you know, it's one of those brands. We don't see a lot down here, although you can go to South Carolina and get a lot from that brand. But it's a brand I'll always jump on. Bahama Mama. The video on that looked really good. Of course, the video is like 10, 12 years old, so we'll see if I got that version here. I believe that's a fan. Can't remember, but I know it was good. Man, that's some of my favorite artwork right there. Rotten Core, 49 shot. Again, video looked really good. Didn't get to it last year. Had so much going on, I just didn't get to it. Same with Brain Damage. Didn't get to it, 49 shots. Definitely gonna try to get to those this year. And Sunwing, Ben Frankenstein. 23 shots. It had a different effect. I do remember this one. It had like an effect I hadn't seen before. I can't remember what it was to describe it, but I remember that's why I grabbed it. So, and then also it's Sunwing. So, you know, I wanted something different. And boom, Rainmaker, 25 shots. I think this is a fast-paced cake. But it's T-Sky, so like I said, I tried to get one of everything they had at that time. And now we'll go down to the bottom. Shit, look like we're doing like the old days and doing them long videos. I didn't realize it was already 42 minutes long. I guess I could have made a shorter version, but fuck it. I bought this case. It's a 2-1 for my birthday. And I actually ended up doing something else for my birthday, so I didn't get a chance to shoot this. But again, made in Cambodia. And the video on that looked really good. It's got two of my favorite colors. Emerald or green is my favorite color, period. But this has two of my firework favorite colors, green and gold. I think it's got gold strobe and green strobe. It's 12 shots, and it's got decent sized tubes. And it was a 2-1, and I want to say it was like 75 bucks for the case, which that's not bad. And then it's Pyro Planet, so it's a brand I don't see much around here anymore, but I used to actually have a plug to Pyro Planet, but wasn't none of it made in Cambodia. I really like that idea, actually. The cakes I've already shot off performed just like they came from China, so hey, maybe we can find another spot to build stuff. And then boom, this one of my out of the Pro Series from Dominator, this is my favorite one. This is the old wrap. This is not the new one. I think actually it might even come in a box, but I think it's purple. Ring of Fire, and that's the effect. So if you ever had the Sunwing rockets from Maddox, that's basically this effect. But this cake hits. It's 10 shots, so obviously. And I grabbed the case a while back, and so I've already shot 2 of these, and like I said, it punches hard. And boom, I absolutely love the M25s, as I'm sure we all do. Probably the best consumer salutes before Proline stuff actually flooded the market. But I shot their 9-shot cake last year, and it was great. It had a huge spread, nice breaks. And this was the only other cake they had from their consumer line. And this, like, yeah, they're out of Oregon. So finding this down here is going to be not possible. And this is off their Patriotic series. So you can see, I like how they give you the duration and everything. That's really cool. It is a fan. I saw the videos on it before I bought it. Price wasn't bad. Price wasn't bad on the 9-shot either. And before we jump into the window, boom, 100% crackle, 20 shots. And this is off the Dominator pro level, and that was a 4-1. That's a box. The cake's inside the box, gold top. I do like my crackle, and I prefer to have a cake that's all crackle all the way through, and that's what that is. 20 shots. I think it starts off slow, then speeds up, and then finishes up. This would be a good one to shoot if you had a case of these and a case of the crackle version of this. I'd put this in the middle, put these around the outside, start these first. About 5 seconds into it, hit the mammoth crackles. I gotta get that cake actually. And here's a really cool one. Boom. If I wasn't in the wall, but when I do the video, I'll make sure I get a picture of all 4 sides. In the Club by Dominator. Video looked really good, but what I like about it is it's got all your registered clubs all the way around it. Obviously there's not one for Georgia yet, but we're working on that. Wisconsin. These are those clubs that guys pay money to join, and it's just like-minded pyros. They get together and blow shit up, like the Cracker Jacks. And if your state, I know Carolina's on here, if your state has a pyrotechnics club, it's probably on this wrap. And like I said, when I shoot this, I will get a picture of all 4 sides so you can see if your club's on there. Boom. The last one out of the case. Shot 2. This is an absolute... Gotta get it. If you like the scream, the howls, that's a cake you need to get. Now it looks like after I bought this, they got a Nishiki version to this all, I think it's Howling Nishiki. If I'd known that when I bought this, I would have bought both. The case price on this wasn't that bad. I want to say 140 maybe, I can't remember. It might have been like 130, something like that. That's the last one. I got the demo of the 2 up on the page, and I shot the other one at a barbecue that I've already gone to. And then another, I like my screams and my whistles and my howls. Midnight Howling, Magnus, I believe. This one's been around for a while. Plenty of videos of it. 35 shots, but it has that. This is more of a whistle. This is more of a scream, like Godzilla roars. And then I guess we'll knock out some of the window stuff. We got Break the Vault, 35 shots. Decent sized tubes. I'd never seen this available anywhere, so when I saw it, I grabbed it. I don't even remember the performance, but it was good, so I grabbed it. Fire Ninja, 33 shots. I love the artwork. Kind of reminds me of the old, what was it, Ninja Gaiden. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, then you know about that video game. 33 shots. It's kind of slow, and it's fanned out too. Definitely one I should have bought 2 of, but it is what it is. And then, all right, next bottom, boom, chronic boom disease, CBD. This one I'll probably hang on to and shoot on 420. Video looked really good. 25 shots, hard hits, multi-layer effects, really cool. That was really cheap. So being that I've shot that cake before, Dragon, I just need to get a green cake, and I'll probably shoot that at Christmas time and get a green cake and put it behind it. And that's world class. A brand, obviously, if you got a Jake's around, you can get it, and that's still around. So, but it's a good cake. Hits hard, kind of fast too. 25 shots. One I'd never seen before, Mafia Vendetta, 36 shots, world class. What I like about this is it's a red, white, and blue cake, so perfect for the 4th. And then, of course, who doesn't love the Tommy gun? Come on now. Not in my yard. Definitely was going to get that. I'm a Bulldog fanatic. I've actually been looking for that one for years. Even back when my mom was still here, we were looking to get cases of that, or a case of that. And just all my local Jakes just never had it in stock every time we went. So when that popped up on the list, I grabbed it. Wasn't much. $31, I think, might have been what it was. Wasn't bad. Drive-In Brothers, I like it because it's 50 shots, and it's a fan. Video looked really good. Something to play with. You gotta have some fans. And then this one is my other machine made, 20 shots. What it is it's the same loud screams as these. Actually, I've seen 2 different videos. So what it has is a crackle break or a crackle mine. Then the scream takes off. and then it's either got like a crackle break, I forget what you call those. But then the next video I saw, it had effects, so I don't know which one I got, and I don't know if there's two versions or just two videos floating around, but that's the one I got. So we'll see. Go stir the chili right quick. Damn, I can't wait to eat. All right, this one, excellent colors in this one, really good colors. Colonel Popper, 31 shots, and this came out like maybe 2 years ago. Pretty cool artwork actually. This is another one they had to credit me because I ordered two of these, and the plan was 62 shot demo, but only one came, and they actually had a record that they only sent me one, so they had no problem crediting me that. Boom. I got that because of the video, but obviously the name too, and then you see Bud and stuff on there, so you know, Thug Life. Come on, man, you're not gonna get Thug Life. I don't care what brand it's under, but like I said, I saw the video, liked it, and then was trying to get as much of this Black Scorpion as I could, so I definitely was gonna grab that. And the price was only like $28, something like that. Remember, I shop online, so anybody that's watching this wondering like, damn, how you getting cake so cheap? I do not shop in state. Our prices in state are like getting hit with no Vaseline. Crazy clown. And I actually did see that the local store here has this. If anybody buys it from them, I think it was like 70 bucks. That cake was only like $28 where I grabbed it online. And I like the artwork, so come on, I had to get it. 24 shots. Don't remember what it does. This one was all I think it was willows or brocade crowns, I can't remember. I think this one was a fast-paced shot, but again, all the Black Scorpion stuff was cheap. And being that I wanted to feature more shit on the channel from them, I took advantage of that. Boom. This is the other one when I bought Ninja Fire, no, Colonel Popper. I had two on the order and they only sent me that, so they actually ended up refunding me more than $100. This is why you get your orders in early, so that shit doesn't sell out before they actually process your order. Boom. I like this one so much, I grabbed two of them. The case was only 90 bucks, I think. And for, come on, 2 minutes long, 64 shots. It's kind of slow, that's why I grabbed both of them. So I'll shoot both and it'll be 128 shots. Get a little more action going on in the sky because it is a slow pace cake. But it's a nice little 2-minute finale. Nice. Definitely had to get this one. Never seen it before, so when I saw it available, and then it's got the massive 2-inch tubes, and then it's the silver and gold combo willow. So it's like a brocade and a willow mixed in one. Videos look really good, so all, you know, Wyndham, man, they always coming out with that banging ass shit. So, and then Crown Kiku, another one, never seen it before. So I tried to get all the Wyndham stuff that he had. I think there's only a couple I didn't get. Video looked really good, so I jumped on it. Price was really good too. 22 shots. And then this is the Noab I got. Neon Blaster. It's left over from last year. Really cool effect, but it's only a 2-inch. And when I got it, it was only like $108, I think, for the case. Which that should have told me right off top it wasn't no 3-inch. Nothing on the website showed me anything of that it was a 2-inch. So, which that's fine. That's cool. You know, most of your 3-inch compliant stuff isn't 3 inches anyway. So, all right, shit. This is gonna be over an hour long. Damn, I did not intend on making a long video. But for those of us that like long videos, I got you covered. Had to stir the chili and grab a refreshment. Nice. Cheers. I love that stuff. All right, now we're getting into the boom section. Don't have a whole hell of a lot of boom this year. That wasn't something I was really focusing on. And then a big chunk of it is actually left over from last year. I've got 7 or 8 of these. But that is actually the same one from last year. And the same with that. I bought a case of those and there was 24 in a case. So I'll have those for the next couple of years, to be honest. And then I've still got Wild West, PETA, Rising Silver Flowers, the old red top version, and another version of Wild West. Wild West is probably one of my favorite cakes. Of course, that's one of my favorite cakes. Whistle to Salute. That's gonna be 4. Definitely. Gotta have some bean dejo. Probably not shooting these. I had bought a 6-1 case of these, and these are my last 2. And that bean dejo shit is getting harder and harder to find. Even though this effect is basically Godzilla Roars, so my video for this, I called it Godzilla Returns. It's one less shot than, because Godzilla Roars is 36. It's one less shot, but it's the same effect. And being that was one of my favorite cakes, that's why I jumped on the case. Way overpaid for that case. It might have been like 50 a fucking cake, and there's 6 of them in there, so $300. Yeah, it sucks, but you know, what are you gonna do? Boom, it's the only Nunya I got this year. This fucking cake is heavy, and it's mines to really hard hidden breaks. May save this for New Year's, actually. I like to do big, and this is a big cake. I don't know how many come in a case. If it's a 4-1, shit, that's a heavy case. If it's a 2-1, that's more manageable. But I can get more of these, so I may get more, and the price wasn't that bad, actually. And then, boom. That's Salute. And that's the 100-shot version, multicolored tails. I got a short with 2 of these as I grabbed the case. I wanted to test out the 100-shot Proline Salutes versus what we're used to in something that might have a brand name on it. And to be honest, don't sleep on these. If you're looking for 100 shots cakes, get it. There is a faster version. I want to say it's 15 or 12, maybe like 7 seconds, something like that. Not what I would want, but every bit is loud, and it's big as most of them. It's not as big as Dead Heat, but it's bigger than most of your other 100-shot salute cakes, like Ghetto Blaster and shit. It's bigger than that, both taller and wider. So I know they put a yellow wrap on them for this year, but if this is available to you and you are curious, get it. Don't even, just get you a case. Cases are like $130. I mean, fuck, people pay $150 for one Dead Heat. I love that wrap. Psycho Circus. This isn't New Blood. Only old pyros are gonna know New Blood. It's the one that came out with New Blood. That had the crackle effect. So this shoots 5 at a time. I want to get that as a tattoo. It shoots 5 at a time, crackle breaks, and then it's got the ending at the end. Like New Blood used to come 6-1, and damn, I can't remember what the other one was. Somebody will comment below that knows about the old Universal New Blood, and it's the other cake that came in with it. But this is a copy of the other cake. It's just a rewrap, and it's nice. And then, like I said, I love that wrap. Boom. I have been looking for this cake for 4 or 5 years, and just, I could find the Hammer Time, but I couldn't find this one. Should have grabbed 2. Price could have been better, but it is what it is. This is another one I believe used to come 6-1, but I got this because I have the original Combat Zone XL, and then I have the version that came out after that, Mars Attacks. I'm shut up the Hammer Time, so I don't have any of those left. But I wanted to keep the series going. As long as that cake was showing up, I wanted to get the newer wrap. So, and I love that wrap. That would be cool, like as a chest tattoo or a back tattoo. And of course, gold top. We know about the gold tops. But yeah, so probably gonna hold on to that one. Put it in there with the other 2. And I'm really bad about stashing shit and keeping it. I am definitely a pyro hoarder. All right, the last of the boom cakes. You know I had to get it. And so these, obviously that word is salute. I mean, I don't know what it actually is, but that's, you know, Window uses super crackling, and I guess Raccoon uses Truino. This is the
16-second version. And you see that price. You ain't gonna beat that price. And then I got one of the instants. So the plan will actually probably be shoot all 3. So have these 2 going off together, and then have this one finish, or else I'll do this one with the Howling Wolf, and then tag this one in on the back end. And so basically what that cake is, for those that couldn't find it when it was out years ago, is it's that. It's the old Godzilla roars, minus the fails. These are notorious for fails. Even my video had fails in it, and this was an old 6-1. These come 4-1. But again, I paid out the ass for that case. This case was only like 130, 140, something like that. You ain't gonna beat that. And it's Proline, it works. So if you don't have a firing system, get one. And then, you know, more and more retailers are actually carrying Proline stuff. So I would actually say, if you have access to it, do what it is they require and get it. That is a badass cake. This is in the collection. This is not a shooter. I just wanted to pull that out. You see, it's basically the same size, but it's the same exact effect. The same scream up to a very nice salute. I shot one of these on New Year's, and unfortunately I didn't record it. But the salute, I was very pleased with the bang in it. So that concludes the cakes, all our 500s. Only thing left is shells, because we didn't really do shit in rockets. I did some trades with a fellow pyro, and I got some rockets off of him, but nothing that's new. Some of that new stuff is looking really good. So then we'll get on to the shells and single shots, and then the final. Oh, I did come up on one other thing. Gonna stash it. There's new versions of these already out. These been around for a couple years now, but I wanted one to stash, and there is one on the channel. Boom. 25-shot rocket box. And this is the second coming of Counter-Strike. There was a Counter-Strike before this. Same, I think it's Willows. So you just light the one fuse. All 25 rockets go up at one time. I gotta fix that one. Nice. Like I said, I don't know when I'll find these again. So I know there's a new version out. But I think I'm pretty much done shopping for this year. So, all right, so let's get on to the shells. Damn, this gonna wind up being an hour, 20-minute video. I did not intend on that. Probably this is now gonna be my longest stash video. Boom, barber pole. Can't really see down in there. It has not been shot. Here, the stuff in there. These are really nice. These are dark. I bought 5 or 6 of these a couple years back, and I actually forgot I had them. So when I came back across what was left over, I grabbed one of them. These are really good. Not quite as good as these. And I have 4 or 5 of these still on stash. 2 of the colors, and then 3 of the white one. So there's 3 color shots, and then the white one. And that white one is fucking nasty. I don't think you can get these anymore. I mean, they're not coming in anymore, because, but there are a few retailers that still have these. You gotta pay out the ass to get them though. Every one of mine I paid out the ass, but I stocked up when I could. And then of course you saw it. Boom. The infamous Superman. Same thing. Different mine on this one. This one has white glitter green mine. Oh wait a minute, no, it's same effect. White glitter green mine. White glitter. Oh wow, I just noticed that. 7302 70003. Almost same code. Wait a minute, no, it's not the same code, but same effect. This is basically your 3-inch preload, and that's about as loud, other than some of these rockets, as you're gonna get in consumer fireworks. Had to get these. Something else for 420 blunt force, 5-inch. They do have the top on them. I just noticed that. And I grabbed 2 packs. Very nice. I like the theme, and I love the effect. I got plenty of this effect, So I don't know. Maybe we'll try a couple of them. I think I got close to 200, 250 different bang cans, and then probably another 100 shells or ball shells. Here's your preloads. These are cool. These started making the scene last year. I ain't gonna be able to pull that box out. Hold on. So you see, they're just little sawed-offs. Got a little decent amount of weight. So there's what, 12 in a pack. It was only like $35, $36 for a 12 pack. I think all of them are pretty much the same, and most all of them use the sawed-off name. So maybe they're all coming from the same spot, but this one is Crackle Mine, glitter red and blue. Different effects, 12 per pack. And this is a brand obviously we don't see much of, Hammer and Anvil. And then I got the badass version. So I got both versions that they sell. So 24 for about 70 bucks, give or take. So actually for 24, if what I would like to do is maybe shoot 6 or 8 out of each box, and then save the other 4 to shoot against canister shells. So shoot against a 4-inch compliant shell and maybe a 5-inch compliant shell, and just see the differences, because I can't imagine with that short ass tube that is going to give me the height of a regular canister shell. So I want to see, and then I want to see, is it comparable to a 60-gram canister? But for the price, and then the fact that you don't need tubes or anything, you just pick that little tube up once it's shot and throw it in the trash. They could be a better value than most of your canisters. I don't know. We'll find out. And then the last of the shells. Boom, Executioner 5-inch. And again, these are by that brand. Never pass up that brand. I have looked for these forever and ever and ever, and finally was able to get my hands on a box. So if you know the Zombie Revenge, this is like a 5-inch version of that. You get the Golden Willow, except on these, they actually call it what it is. It does not say Golden Willow. It tells you exactly what that shell is, which is actually pretty cool. They're blue wrapped 5-inch shells, so definitely gonna pop off a sleeve of these at some point. I got a shit ton of shells. I think I got some Master 7s, or the silver ones. I got the matching Kush version or weed version. Double plays. That's just stuff I bought last year. I never did a video on what I had. And it's not cases, it's just boxes. Paid out the ass to get those too. So I don't know how much shells we're gonna get to this year. I definitely want to get up a couple sleeves of something. So, oh yeah, and then those are just the old Assassins. I got a bunch of these. Grabbed the case and still got most of it. And of course you see those two. Those two are not going up on the 4th. So the last thing in the stash is the finales. And those are actually pretty cool. Doing something different this year than I've done before in the past. Alright, so if you saw last year's video, that ain't what's in that. And the Chronic ain't in that. But if you saw last year's video, you know I was doing something a little different. I was buying cheap cases and shooting the whole case as a 1-1. I got 2 videos coming up on the rest of these. So what these are, they're already fused up, is we got Atom Bomb, already fused up. I bought the whole bomb series and turned it into a 1-1. I got each case for about $100 each, which you ain't gonna beat that. And this was just sort of for like those folks that can't get good shit. Can't necessarily buy Pro Line, but can get wholesale at a cheap price. So it was like, all right, we'll just do this. And I gotta tell you, from shooting the other 2, it was absolutely amazing. So that's Atom Bomb, and then my favorite of the 4. Back is killing me moving all this shit around. Boom, hydrogen bomb. And it's already fused up too. Before I shoot it, I do want to pull it out and just verify that everything's still connected. But because I built these last year and we just ran out of time. This one will obviously be the best. If you haven't shot hydrogen bomb, you need to, because it's a 36 shot, very nice whistles. I think it actually alternates between whistles and screams, but it does 6 at a time. So it's like a finale shot every round, and then so that's 6. But then 6, 6, and 6. So every shot out of this is going to be like 24 shots going up at once. And then I think you get your 12 shot finale. So it'd be a 48 shot finale. This bomb series, when you can get it cheap, is that's a hellified value. So at a case for about 101, I think, something like that, 98, something like that. I got all 4 for around $400. And you know good as I do, if you've seen some of the prices these days, that kind of money is a 1-1. One single 1-1 nowadays is going to be $400, and that's crazy to think what we used to pay for that shit, what we got to pay now. So that's my own little version of 1-1s, and we'll get on to the compounds. Yep, got some compounds this year. Boom. Did something a little different this year. I've been wanting to try these 1500 gram finales. These have been around for a few years, actually. I wish they came pre-wired. But so basically what it is all 3 go off together. This one's angled to go this way, angled to go straight up, and this one's angled to go that way. I'm not sure if this one had connectors in it or not. Some of them come with connectors, but you see the difference. This one is 108 shots and Fancy Freedom to Bigger Than Yours. And Bigger Than Yours, I think, is like 78 shots or something. Bigger Than Yours is massive. And it did come with connectors. And then I got Insane by Happy Family. Seen that before. And it's the same. All 3 of these are the same. Not the same, but they all connect and you fire all 3 at the same time. I don't know what that shot count was. I think 90. So yeah, pretty cool. And that was only like 125, I think, Bigger Than Yours. And then this one. This one's different. This one I actually really liked. And I tried to get the 3-minute. There's a 3-minute and a 5-minute version. I stayed away from the 5 because the bulk of it is 200 grams. And then the ending part of it is 500 grams. 3-minute, I can't remember. So like with this one, I'll pull it out and show you. Like I said, this one is different. This is number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. So obviously you would start with 1. So what these do is, all right, so let's say this was 1. You would obviously just light it right there. There's a, I gotta remember how I did it, because I peeked into it last year, but time ran out, so I didn't bother with, I think you got to punch your own damn hole. Yeah, you do, because it actually came with a wooden poke. That's right. I got that wooden poke in my box. So the front is where one gets lit. The back, where the number is where you punch your hole, and then that's where you connect the front of the next one. I will probably just poke holes all the way across and run my own fuse instead of relying on that fuse. But it's 24 shots times 4, so what is that, 96 shots? And there's your 4 cakes. Athena, David, Joker, and Hoggle. Yeah, that's an H. So that would be 1, and then let's say you lit it there, connect it to 2 there, connect 2 to 3 down here, on to 4. And if you had the 3-minute finale, then you could just connect it to 4 and continue on out. That's cool. I prefer that type of compound cake. Those are nice, you know. I like that better because, like I said, it's a 2-minute show, so you really feel like you're getting more of your money's worth. These will go up quick. As fast as one cake goes, all three will go. And I'll definitely, and it's Sunwing somewhere on there. So yeah, there, Sunwing. I'll definitely get the 3 minute at some point. Maybe the 5. Like I didn't like the fact that the 5 was like 8 200-gram cakes and 2 500-gram cakes because it was twice the price of the 2 minute. Obviously, 5 minute. And I was gonna pull these fuckers out, but I don't know if I'm going to now. These are from before they started putting names on them. Now they come with names, but this is the one that's basically like it's got all the screams and whistles in it. I definitely had to grab that one. It was at a really good price. Ryakio? I don't know. I just call it RKO. The brand has been around for a while. Obviously, it's a spinoff of, or it's a version of Happy Family. And I think it's 88 plus 60. 140, something like that. But the video on that is awesome. It's got salutes in it, and then the ending is pretty intense. Price was really good on that. And then underneath it, here, let me move this out of the way. And this one is the 180. So it's 180 shots. I think that one's 148. Yeah, that one's 148 shots. This one's 180. And then this one, 210, I think. 217. I don't remember off the top of my head now. Might have been 220. You just add up the numbers. So each cake in there. But as you can see, it's every bit as tall as Monster Trucks. This one is about the same footprint as Monster Trucks. And this one's even bigger. This one is, both of these two are heavy as hell. So what you got in there is the numbers are 4 cakes. And they connect through the top. And these do come with connectors. Probably best to use your own and just use Dave's magic tape and connect them. But I really wanted to get into the compound cakes. And, you know, a lot of your 1-1s actually went compound a number of years ago. So and there's the number to this one. I watched all the videos. I'm on their website all the time, or their YouTube channel all the time, looking at their stuff. And it looks like this year they put names to everything. But before, you had to look up the series of numbers. Usually you just put that first one in and then just verify the next one is the same, and it'll bring up the video. But one of these is over 2 minutes, and then I think that one might be like a minute and a half. That one's a little over a minute, I think. But I got that one just because, you know, I love that effect. So now I had planned on grabbing a couple of their big bores. And like I said, things changed this year, so these will be the finales. And if you can't get shit like this, get this. And a lot of your retailers are going in and carrying these compounds. And these too. But to be honest, I'd rather go for these because this is basically your show in a box type of shit. Monster Trucks is like a minute 45. So basically this would be similar to that. And you see the price? It was actually a little bit less than that. That's what we was paying for high shot count 1-1s 4 or 5 years ago. So that's like half the price. Right now, I know a retailer selling this for $4.99. $499. You can get that. Or that. They got a bunch of them. They got some. Their website actually has one that's 500-600 shots. I don't know if that one's coming over here yet, though. But anyway, just something else you might want to consider if you can't get your hands on like that type of stuff. I don't think they have a Proline version of that yet, but maybe it'll be coming at some point. So those are our finales, semi-finales. That could be in the show, and that's just some other stuff. That's not what's in the box. Stuff that's been in videos before. So yeah, nice. We got all the categories covered
from little cheap daytime play shit all the way up to final fuse type of shit. And like I said, those are every bit as heavy as that. Every bit. That one is probably actually heavier than God Bless America, which is one of the heavier cakes that I've had. What's in this box? Oh, that's the other shells. And I got another box of those locked up, and then the rest of my shells. I ain't gonna go too ham on shells this year. Yes, sir. So yeah, I'm gonna start fusing up stuff probably this week sometime. In the evening time when I'm done with everything I gotta do, I'll start fusing up all my little 200s. Then I'll start poking holes and sticking fuse in there. Or sticking E-match in. Gotta remember to go get the Cobra this week so I don't fuck around and forget. Going to the stash. Long-term stash. A couple things actually going to that too. And probably that. And those. So yeah, not as much as years past, but still more than some years. And like I said, I watch everybody's stash videos. That's one of my favorite things to do, is sit down at the end of the day with a cold ass beer or two and kick back and watch people's stashes. I don't care if your whole stash is all name brand shit. I try to watch them all. And if I've been there, I try to leave a comment. I can't comment on everything, but if I'm there, I'll leave a comment and let you know I stopped by. Because like I said, it doesn't have to be all that type of shit, or even that kind of stuff. Now, if you got access to that kind of stuff, get it, because that gives you the boom and stuff that, you need a plug to get. So, I appreciate anybody watching. This video got way too fucking long, but it's only going to be the only one this year. I don't think I'm doing any more shopping. I think I'm done. This is more than I intended to spend to begin with. So yeah, I appreciate you watching. Hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July. Go ahead and grab me another shot. And like I said, I had wanted this video to be outside. I like the lighting better outside. We are in the daytime, but it's actually raining again. So it's rained twice since I started this video. So, and it rained all damn day yesterday, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So I think it was supposed to be dry the weekend, but I ain't got time to. I got too much going on. Maybe next year. But this kind of reminds me of how I started out doing my stash videos. Sitting right here, looking at the wall. I might even leave the wall up a couple days so I can look at it and enjoy it. The pyro wall. We're about 5'11", 6 foot tall on the wall. So be safe. Have a happy 4th. Cheers. Whew. I love that stuff. Have to get another one. Appreciate it, Pyros.